Be content to act and leave the talking to others. Shortened trading day this Friday after the Thanksgiving holiday in the States. Markets closed, stock market at least closed around 1 p.m. today. Don't see a whole lot going on. As we look at the half-day chart, we can see that we've reached about the same topping point for the last 2 days. Not a lot goes on these shortened trading days after a holiday like Thanksgiving. So again, not any time to be jumping into things like weekly vertical crossovers or big trades typically. Why? Because you got caretakers in charge. The big money is on vacation, the big decision makers. Again, down for the day, 0.02% is what the S&P is. We are green on the STC. It did not reset after things went red, didn't go through this center band down to the bottom to reset for us to jump into an up move, so we are not in that. We are +1 on the success multiplier formula on the half day, 4 points on the 2-day, and 10 points on the weekly. We're going to the 3rd week of up movement, reached a little bit of a higher high this week. So again, things bounced off that 200 EMA on the weekly chart back on the week beginning the 10th of October and have been moving up pretty well since then. So we'll continue to wait, watch, and see what develops and what opportunities are offered. Nothing at this point on the S&P. What about the NASDAQ 100? Down 0.66% for the day. Now it has moved up to the 200 EMA and has come off that and sort of sliding sideways. See, at the end of the day, a doji there. It is green, but again, it didn't reset either. What are we waiting for? Well, we're at the top. It's green. We're waiting for it to go red and give us a potential down move. We talked about what we learned from this one. And of course, what did we learn from it? Well, we are green on the STC when it comes to the 2-day. Also, you see green candles there. We're well below the 200 EMA. And on the weekly, we pushed through the 200 EMA last week. This week stayed above it. So you have those working against you on a down play. So what would be the best thing to happen on the Qs? Would be for things to sort of roll over, maybe heading down, either super strong and pull that 2-day and weekly chart down on the STC, or perhaps reset by a down move and then blast up through the 200 EMA and give us an opportunity to go long. Well, none of that's happened yet. We're just watching, waiting, seeing as things might develop. Remember, when you don't have a trade, you can't force a trade. You're going to lose if you do that. Let's move on to bonds. Bonds on all three, the half-day, 2-day, and weekly charts, they're all very negative when it comes to the 200 EMA. We are below it on all of those charts, the weekly and the 2-day, even more than the half-day. But when we look at where the STC is, our main indicator, you can see it has been green for quite a while. Bonds just took hammer blows over the last many months. Down for the day, 0.34%. Where are we on the 2-day? It is green. Now again, well below the 200 EMA. I can show you. You can see it just way up there. Remember, when we're below the 200 EMA, means we have a downtrend. We're in that downtrend. We have to clear that on whichever chart we're using for trading before we're going to jump into an up trade. Where are we on the weekly chart? It's just going green. So we have any kind of up move. If we jump into it on this half-day chart, again, we want to see it move through that. So that could help us if we can get through the 200 EMA. Any kind of down move, we're going to be working against the 2-day, which is green on the STC and green candles, and we're going to be working against the weekly with 2 weeks of green up moves on the candles and a green STC. So again, things are sort of in a stagnant situation when it comes to bonds too, just like stocks. That's all right, friends. We just wait for the market to sort its way out and show us the direction. We don't have to push this. Now, what about gold? Well, interesting. Gold is above the 200 EMA. We had this big pop-up, and then gold rolled over, and we are waiting. It's reset on the STC. We're waiting for it to go from red to green. Hasn't done that yet. Up for the day just a little bit, 0.09%. Didn't expect a lot on this Friday. What do we see with the 2-day? We can see where it jammed up and then is blown off, but maybe starting to strengthen again. It's still green on the STC, so that's going in the right direction. What about the weekly? That's going in the right direction. We're above the 200 EMA, so those two bigger charts are with us. We're just waiting for the STC to rotate over on this half-day chart. It's above the 200 EMA. This is what we'll be looking for over the course of this next week to potentially give us an up move. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. If it does, we'll pull the trigger most likely on that. So be willing to jump into a practice trade there. What about Bitcoin? Well, it was up 0.39%. Not much for Bitcoin after all the crashing down moves below that 200 EMA, not paying much attention to what's going on with the STC now with all of these strong down moves. Look at the 2-day, see where things really hammered down. And again, still red on the STC on that intermediate 2-day chart. Long-term weekly chart, we do see a green up move here on the STC, but with these strong kind of down moves, Bitcoin crashing and all the hectic madness that is going on with FTX and all the other stuff and potential other flops on some exchanges. We are just waiting, watching, seeing how low will Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto space go. And that's all right. We'll wait for things to sort out. So, for your weekly review and forecast, what are we looking for over the next week? A lot of flux in the S&P 500. Don't have a whole lot that might happen for us over the next week in that. Same with the NASDAQ 100. Probably the same with the Q. The NASDAQ 100, the Q is probably the same with 20-year bonds, but it's gold. Gold we'll be looking for. Hopefully, we'll see that 195-minute chart rotate over. May give you a chance to go long in gold on your practice trades. My friends, thanks so much for being with us. For those in the States, hope you're going to enjoy a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend holiday. And for everybody else, hope you have a great weekend. Be with us all the next week as we continue to watch these markets. Each and every day, we love to hear from you. Don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime. CW@chartingwealth.com. Patreon members, thank you for all of your support. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.